for I say, through the grace given unto me, to every man that is among you, not to think of yourself more highly than you ought to think, but to think soberly. Why do you want to think soberly? Why do you want to think soberly? When you read the Bible and study the Bible, you need to question, why do I want to think soberly? Why? According as God hath dealt to every man the measure of faith. So you got some faith that you didn't come to Jesus with.
All right.
In Galatians chapter 2, you read about what kind of faith that was. Okay. Let me break it down. When you and I came to Jesus, the Holy Spirit drew us to come and make a decision and pleaded with us to come and make a decision to surrender our hearts to Jesus Christ. Based on us being in agreement with God, not doing any work, not doing anything, because God did all the saving, all we did was all the being saved. God did all the delivering, all we did was all being delivered. God did all the forgiving, all we did was all the being forgiven. Based on that truth, what God has done in us is he has given us something in the body that we didn't come with when we got saved. All I had was enough faith to say yes to the Holy Spirit so he could bring me to Christ. When Christ brought me to the Father, and he said, this is one of mine because the paid for stamp is on you. The paid for stamp is on you. Tell somebody I'm paid for. See, that's why you don't have to be insecure another day in your life. You're paid for. So because you're paid for, your struggle is only a test to let God prove you. You are not what you think you are. You are not even what your behavior was. You are the sum total of who God says you is. And God says in the book of Psalms, what is man that thou art mindful of him? And the son of man that you even consider him? For I have made you a little lower than the angels and crowned you with glory and honor. That's what human is. All right. Next time somebody, I'm only human. Well, human is crowned with glory and honor. How about it? Don't live up to your standard. Don't live it. Look, don't live him a praise. Don't just give him a praise. Live him a praise. Don't live him a praise. Oh, let me keep moving. He's dealt us the measure of faith. We understand that the kind of faith is something different than what we came to the body with. It's now we operate not on our faith. We operate on his faith because the faith that he gave us is called the faith of the Son of God. So now an obstacle comes to me. Now stuff is tripping in my household. Now my money is funny. My change gets strange and the people in my family are crazy. And now the question is not what can I do? The question is what can Jesus do? That's why you got to understand the word. In other words, the subject of your faith will be the object of your worship. So if Jesus is the subject of your faith, then he will be the object of your worship. So while you're in the midst of your struggle, it's time to worship. Don't worship when you get to church. Worship on that Thursday when you get crazy. Don't wait till you get to church to give. Look, don't wait to church to get to church to give him the praise report. Shout it out in your house. As a matter of fact, most of the worship that you do ought to be at home. And then when you get here, you'll be so excited that look. Oh, I can't. Y'all ready? Come on. We'll see. I gotta take my time. But not.